Okay, we're live.
The first thing is we are not carrying an umbrella now.
Yes.
But we are all wet. If you can see, this raincoat is completely wet. Her shoes are wet. Mine are wet. The umbrella is there, but it's dark.
We're not using it.
It's
We don't
dark.
have to.
We are not using it. We were
Let
about
me
to
show
come
them.
out.
Yeah.
Show them.
Go
We
ahead.
were about to come out, and it started pouring. By the way, let me also tell you that the pitch did get wet. The way the shower came, and look at the clouds there. This was the thunderstorm that was predicted by the London Met Department. This side is better. This side is actually better. You can see some shades of blue there. But the way the thunderstorm came, and if Gargi shows you this side and the other side, so the
It's
Vauxhall
pretty
side.
grim on this
Just
side.
show the Vauxhall side. Oh boy, that Vauxhall side is completely dark. But the good news, there is no rain at this point in time, as you can see. So we are actually standing or able to stand without the umbrella. But this was some shower. This was some shower and a very strong one.
Yeah.
The pitch did get wet. The pitch did get wet. By the time the groundsmen were able to bring the covers in and they were trying to roll it with their feet, Lee Fortis and his team, there was quite a bit of rain already on that track. Will it juice it up? Will it spice it up? I reckon it will be a longish delay. It will not be easy to clear and get the game started within 5-10 minutes. Obviously, they've taken lunch. They've taken lunch.
And also the fact that the entire ground, has it been covered, the entire thing?
No. ये तो
Just the
square ही
squares.
होता है.
Just the squares. यहाँ पे तो है नहीं पूरा ground cover करने का system. So even the super stoppers will take some time because this was a huge shower and very, very heavy rain. Usually, even if it's even if it's heavy rain, we usually, so far in this series, we have been able to come out and do our lives. But this time around, the reason that we were so late is because we could not possibly come out and risk our equipment because it was so it was really heavy rain and there's no shade anywhere here that we can stand under and start doing our lives. But look at that side. Look at, it's completely grey. I'll turn the camera around one more time and show you guys. Look at that. The rain has stopped. It seems like the clouds are now moving away and have moved away. If we look at directly above us, above the stadium, you can actually see that it's starting to clear up, and I think this might be the end of the thunderstorm because you can clearly see. Look, if you closely look over that side, you can see that the clouds are constantly moving away.
Frankly, that was a genuinely heavy shower.
That was a
that was
the thunderstorm that the weather.
Yeah, there was no thunder. There was no lightning. So if you are asking us if there was a thunder or lightning or something like that, there was not. But that was a seriously heavy shower.
Very, very weird because my footwear is completely soaked. Completely soaked.
And that actually happened when we were both coming out.
Yeah.
That's when the whole thing just took off.
Went haywire. Like even if you have an umbrella, nothing can save your shoes or your bottoms at this point. But anyway, that's the update we have right now. But
let's also give them the Met update, and the Met update is at this point in time that this can continue. If you see here, this is the Met update. This can continue
till 4 p.m.
till about from 2 onwards it's 40%.
But still 50% is something.
But in the evening it's fine. So if they are able to clear the ground and if they are able to dry it up quickly, they have already taken lunch. So then you can expect without any further rain because it's 40% around 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's about 50% high. It's about 50% around 3, and thereafter it sort of eases out.
Yeah.
It eases out. So you can expect serious amount of play this afternoon, this evening. That's what. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, so 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock is 50%, but there are, hopefully if they're able to dry the ground up in an hour, so you should be fine. That's predicted. It will be 1:30, it will be about 2 o'clock-ish.
Lot of moisture on that surface, Boria, because in the first 2 to 3 of when the rain actually came down, and it was sudden. It wasn't as if it started with a drizzle and then a spit. It wasn't. It just poured all of a sudden, and you saw the bat running off the field. The other players also running off the field. But by the time Lee Fortis and his men were able to cover the ground, it had already been 2-3 minutes of heavy rain. So there's going to be moisture on the wicket. Will that give England more juice? The ball is already 25 plus overs old.
Play these shots. Whoever
Neil.
Neil, if you are seeing Rohan is sending these visuals,
What's
I think
going on?
you should play these visuals.
The covers.
This is 114. Use the covers and look at the puddle.
Oof.
Look at the puddle. Play the visuals, Neil, in the middle right away. Play these visuals right away.
Yes,
This is the
Play it.
visual from inside at the moment. I mean, if this is the visual, Gargi, I don't see this starting at least in about 35-40 minutes,
Yeah.
earliest. Even if you clear it up, you've got to dry it up. There was somewhat. He's asking which one. This one, my
Just
friend.
reply to. I'll tell you.
The one that Rohan has sent, Neil.
Yes,
Shobita,
yes.
the one which is currently the ground fully covered. That one, which has puddles all over
Yes,
the.
he's got it.
He's got it.
Yeah.
Play that. And once you play that, people will be able to understand how much. I mean, how intense a shower was it? I think you were in the press lounge, right?
Yes, I was having my lunch.
Correct.
Yeah.
She was in the press lounge, and we were calibrating when to go out, and I was in the overflow seating area, and all of a sudden, so understand this: the overflow seating area is covered, and all of a sudden you could see the rain just coming towards you like this, and the spits of rain came to you. Within a minute, the players walked away, but it took the ground staff at least about a minute to even react. Because before that,
It was so
2
sudden.
minutes before that was sunny. 2 minutes before that was sunny. All of a sudden, it completely changed and it started pouring. The moment it started pouring, the ground staff reacted, but by that time, there was quite a bit of water already. So will that spice it up? Will that do what? We've got to
And
wait
look,
and see. But
suddenly-
again, it's completely stopped now. That is the
It
update.
stopped, and suddenly there's this humidity in the air, and you're actually. I'm feeling quite warm right now once again.
No, I'm
Even
actually,
though-
on the other hand, feeling maybe because of the water which is
Water, yes,
seeping in.
I'm actually very hot right now because I think
You
it's
can
the
take
leather.
the leather
Yeah, I
jacket.
will.
Where on earth will you hang it?
No, it will just be in my hands, but I'd rather not take it off.
Let me see if I open it and then, because this is feeling
That's
cold.
probably because that's cold. There's a mic on you, by the way. I will also, because I'm suddenly feeling extremely warm, thanks to my leather jacket, who has kept me warm throughout this series. You know what, you guys told me that it's going to be so warm in England that I only brought 2 jackets and I've been wearing them on rotation every single day. But
No, it got warm in London, remember? Very
yes,
warm.
last time it was very warm. In fact, that's when I felt like I have not brought enough summer clothes. And then you went to a Leeds and you went to Manchester.
This
and you
one,
think,
July
I don't have enough.
end. Today is 31st.
yeah,
This is actually very strange in the last
summer rain.
few years that it's this chilly or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Because it generally gets very warm these days in July. At least in the last several
There was
years
a
that
heat
I've
wave
been
warning,
coming.
right?
Of
The
course,
last time we were in London.
you know, it is pretty bad. But this time round now it's very pleasant. This week, till the time we are here, after that
Yeah.
don't know. But till the time we are here, the prediction is pleasant, and yeah, you don't feel anything at this point in time here. You don't
All
feel
right.
anything.
Let's look at the comments and let's talk about the game a little bit as well. You've lost 2 early wickets.
I thought England missed the plot. I thought England
Yeah,
completely missed the
100%.
plot. I mean,
When you
on
had
a
those-
wicket like this, ये super chat आप ले लो और सवाल भी लेना शुरू कर देते हैं.
Also think about the fact that when we were out there doing our pre-show live, we thought these were tailor-made conditions for the English pacers.
Which is
They're not
the
getting
case.
any movement.
No, what they were not able to do was bowl the consistent
Yes,
lines.
exactly.
Josh Tongue hardly able to control at all. Chris Woke's second
Even
spell better.
Overton.
Overton had no idea what he was doing. Overton not able to control. I think from the end, or rather, yeah, from our end, not the Mickey Stewart Pavilion end. From the, I thought the footing was very difficult. Not able to do the footing. So what you guys may have missed on telly, every over, at the start of the over, having this much of sand.
Yes,
and he was trying to put it in his bowling, landing with his foot, and with the sogginess and with the moisture where he's landing, it's kind of risky as well.
Yeah.
So you've got to keep on, and it was very difficult for the bowler.
Talking about, oh, you were on there. Me and Amit were actually talking about the fact that because it rained heavy in the morning as well, to get that, the run-up area find for bowlers will be very difficult, because even if there's a little bit moisture, that means a chance of, or a risk of injury for the bowlers not finding the right footing, and that's exactly what is happening. And you know, for 100% now, the surface around the square and the boundary, the outfield will be very, very moist right now, will be very
and
soft.
there are two things here. One, the moment you start play, each time the ball rolls over, the ball will also get soggy. And when the fielders, so you will now see the fielders not throwing it at one bounce. They will throw it direct. So the ball will also get soggy. The ball is already 21, 22 overs old.
Yes.
So it's a relatively softer ball, which if it starts to get soggy, it is not going to be bad for India. I thought England missed a trick. I thought 4 overs of Chris Woakes should have been 6. I don't know if it was workload management, but Woakes bowling only 4 overs up front was a short spell. I thought Gus Atkinson bowled decently well, but the 2 wickets were not wickets
really?
that England earned. Jaiswal was a straight ball, and he, by the way, missed it by this much. He missed it by this much. It's not as if he was close to that ball. It's just a ball which held its line. He missed it by this much, and KL Rahul was a poor shot.
Poor shot, but also it wasn't.
It wasn't close to cut.
Close.
That's exactly the point.
The ball was too close
Exactly
for him
the
to
point.
cut the ball, and it jagged back a little bit after pitching. But again, it was, the length was there.
What you said at the start is the correct summary. It was too close to cut. There's no way you can cut that ball.
No.
He could have just defended, and he would. And by the way, he had done the hard yards.
Yes.
40 balls for 14.
But
KL Rahul was looking solid to me.
But you also see that in the last match as well, KL Rahul with that slice was getting a lot of runs, a lot of boundaries. But this was too close for a proper cut. He could have, maybe sliced or something.
जगह ही नहीं था, इतना यहाँ पे था. Fourth stump, 4.5 stumps में ball था. So that was the problem. So the point that you must understand, England didn't earn the wickets. It is not as if it was a brilliant delivery, unplayable delivery, moving in the air, seaming off the wicket, jumping off. Nothing like that. The KL Rahul wicket was a wicket that India conceded. So you must understand that. The Jaiswal wicket was not a ball that was unplayable or anything. It just held its line. Unfortunately, Jaiswal missed it. I thought Shubman Gill has looked excellent. He has looked excellent, and Josh Tongue, 2 wides, couple of boundary balls, same with Jamie Overton. If someone told me at lunch on a wicket like this, India would be 2 down for close to 80, I would take that any day. With a softer ball now, hopefully this rain will not do too much damage. I don't think India will be too unhappy with the score on the board at the moment.
Okay. We have a super chat from Anak Banerjee. Should we change the Bumrah narrative from workload to not fit?
No. Clinically, he is still fit.
It's still.
The point is, there is a difference between being clinically fit. Had this been a T20 game or a ODI, he would come and bowl. Clinically, workload management, and I told you the story in the morning. I told you the exact detail. I don't know whether you were there who was the one who asked the question? Anag. If you were there in the morning watching, but the real point is what Bumrah was told by his surgeon, the surgeon in New Zealand, Ronald Schouten or whatever, Scouten, his surgeon, has told him that if there is another surgery or if there is another time that he comes under the knife, his career might be on the line. And in Australia, what had happened, and he himself has shared this with many people, that after 3 test matches, he was really getting tired. So he pushed his body in Melbourne for the Boxing Day test, and into the Boxing Day test, 3 days into the Boxing Day test, he pushed his body yet again in Sydney, collapsed after 1 innings. In fact, not even 1 innings, half. He was whisked away in that car, and all of us, which was really sorry visuals. Thankfully, Prasidh Krishnan was able to bowl well in that particular innings for India. But the point here is, Bumrah wasn't able to last more than 3.5. To tell you, he wasn't able to last for more than 3.5 on here, because the turnaround between Manchester and this one is, there is an element of risk. So, but can he take that workload? Can his body take that workload, and is that a risk? Is why he did not play. Exactly what I told you. And by the way, We've got to clarify this. A lot of people called us names and abuses and whatever about Akashdeep. We got Akashdeep spot on, okay? It was the Indian think tank. They had just forgotten to mention that at the toss, and that resulted in Akashdeep, let me put this on record, was told day before yesterday that he is playing. And if you check our broadcasts, Gargi and I, time and again, we have reported to you that Akashdeep was playing. So whoever, and people were calling us idiots and whatever, right? So whoever, we know our job, and we have got it absolutely right. Prasidh Krishna. How many people said Prasidh Krishna? Tell me. We said Arshdeep? No, because the webbing is a problem. We said Prasidh Krishna. We said Karun Nair this morning. We said Akashdeep and Siraj, done. How many? We got it absolutely 100% right, and I hope you agree.
Okay, Sharan is asking, super chat, what do you think is a good score here, Boriada?
It is a tough one, you know,
one,
Sharan,
tough
it's a
one.
tough one because if you think of the wicket so far, have you seen exaggerated movement? I think the wicket will quicken up. I think India will find it easier to bowl. I do think this wicket will quicken up. And if India somehow gets to 350 from here on, which is well and truly possible, the match is on. I do think that there is a game on with a Akashdeep who will get the ball to move, a Prasidh Krishna and Mohammad Siraj. I think they will put their hand up. Plus you also have the two spinners if you need to contain. So, you know, this is the Birmingham attack. This is actually a Birmingham bowling attack.
So we have an update from inside. The Super Stopper is at work now. The covers on the square are still on. I think what they usually do is they wipe off all the puddle or all the rain that has collected on the covers, put it in the drain, and then take it off, and then the Super Stopper comes to work. So I think another 20-25 minutes easily.
That's what I said to that gentleman who was asking us, what do you reckon? I think it's around a 2 o'clock start, but the good part is that entire cloud cover that Gargi was, oops. Now, how on earth are you supposed to get that? Just put your hand in and get it. Yeah, hold on. Okay, so there you go.
Otherwise
तुम घुस सकते हो क्या अंदर? नहीं.
अंदर क्यों घुसोगे? प्राइवेट प्रॉपर्टी है वो.
नहीं, स्कूल है. तो किसी से पूछ के जा सकते हो. स्कूल है.
Saint
Church of England Primary School. But the point that I was trying to make, the dark clouds that Gargi was showing you about 20 minutes back have all disappeared. This is quite bright now. And usual to Gargi that अब उसको मत गिरा देना.
नहीं गिरेगा.
ये करने जाओगे तो वो मत गिरा देना.
नहीं गिरेगा.
Okay. So the good thing is, and the good news is, the cloud cover is now much better.
And you can actually feel the sun now.
Yeah,
you can feel the sun.
You can see this is better. This is brighter.
Much
There's
brighter
some
now.
blue that side. That cloud cover Vauxhall side is gone. It is much better. This is absolutely playable. In another half an hour, if the Super Stopper does the job well, yes, there was a lot of rain and it was a heavy shower, so they will take a bit of time, but these grounds, they have superb drainage. These grounds, they have excellent drainage, so if they are able to clear it out, you should have game. My assumption is you should have game around 2 o'clock. We have Trisha, Rohan, Shormishta inside. The moment there is an update, we will give you that update.
100%. Okay. Mehul Johnny is saying, hi, Gargi and sir, we are going to win. Jai Hind. A lot of people also in the comment section already, one session down, are thinking that this game is heading towards a draw.
No. Why? In what way? You've got an 80-for-2 start. How is it that it's heading for a draw? There will be, the wicket is, this wicket will quicken up. 100% this wicket will quicken up. There is a lot of green on that surface. If you see the ball after it passes the batter, there is exaggerated movement out there. Exaggerated movement after it passes. If India is able to use the conditions well, there is every reason to believe India will have a chance. How on earth can you say it will? At this point, I don't understand.
Tamila Rasan is poor. They can't utilize the condition.
Totally right.
We have said this in the last match as well. Without a Ben Stokes, you don't have a bowler in there.
Your assessment in the first session, not the best for me. Because I would have gone with Chris Wokes for at least one more over.
Yeah.
I would have gone with from this end ahead of Josh Tongue, because Josh Tongue and came and released the pressure. So did Overton, but at least he didn't know. He didn't know that about Overton. But from Josh Tang right through the series, every
know
time
that
he
he's
has
been
come, he has
expensive.
leaked runs.
Yeah.
Oops. And the problem with Tang is those two wide boundaries that he gave, those two boundaries ease the pressure off on India.
By the way,
What on Sai Sudharsan?
before we get to Sai Sudharsan, Sunila, where are you?
No, it was on the second.
At the second day?
Yeah. No. On 2nd August, which is day after tomorrow.
Okay. No, but she's not here. That's why I was asking.
So Sunila has said that she will come on the 2nd of August with chai and pakoda. I will absolutely
I'm
hold her
waiting
to
for
that as long as we will catch up right in front of the Alex Stewart gate, Sunila, with the chai and pakoda, and you be part of the show as well.
Okay. Yes, Sai Sudharsan. I think
Application.
Yeah.
Temperament. Application.
He's shown you a lot. And look at there were times when there were difficult deliveries bowled to Sai Sudharsan. One of them, which I clearly remember, was one that just jacked up, and Sai Sudharsan sort of, no, I'm not a lefty, but sort of just flicked it here, and it was a difficult delivery, but he managed that very well. Other times, Sai Sudharsan would have edged it or would have nicked it, but this time around he did very well. And
Also that
I
Yorker.
That
The ball
Fall-
moved, that was
falling flat on
exaggerated
his
movement
face.
from Josh Tang. He literally fell over. But if you see, firstly the ball was going down. Sai Sudharsan managed it well. So even that Yorker, by the way, it's bright now. It's absolutely fine now. The moment they get the conditions dried up with the super stopper, so I don't think this delay will be more than half an hour. So this delay should be made up from my understanding. This is perfectly fine conditions now for the game to resume, as long as they are able to get the outfield, especially the covers off. They will have to check the wicket, whether there was any water on the wicket or not. They'll have to use the super stoppers, but these are great draining grounds.
Absolutely.
I have no doubt that in another half an hour or so the game should
yeah,
start.
one question that I want to ask you is, Yashasvi Jaiswal, do you think it's a fitness issue that seeps into his batting? A 5-match test series, he's not able to last that long. There's a weak mental temperament when it comes to longer test series. Do you think that's the issue? Because he starts off so well. And it's always been the case with Yashasvi Jaiswal that his second innings average is so low compared to what he does in the first innings. Is it because of fitness?
I think that's a fair question. Yeah, Lizzie. I think that's a fair question, and that's a very pertinent one. So let me try and answer this. I do think that 5 test match series was not par for any of these players till a year back. All of a sudden, if you think India-Australia was a 4 test series, India-England was a 4 test series. Never in the last decade was it a 5 test series except this BGT and this one. So 5 test series is not something Jaiswal, or for that matter any of these players, are used to. But now it has started because these are marquee series. India versus Australia, India versus England. These are marquee series and important series. So you have to, this is also about stamina. This is about mental focus. How long, periods of time that you are able to concentrate.
Focus, yeah.
So I do think, and you're very right in saying that in Australia, Yashasvi Jaiswal started beautifully in Perth, and thereafter it kind of plummeted.
Yeah.
Here also started wonderful in Leeds, and thereafter it has plummeted. So this is something that he will need to get his act together on. I do think he has the ability, because he's still very young, to focus for longer periods. He can take a leaf out of KL Rahul's book. KL Rahul, for example, has been stellar. This shot notwithstanding has been absolutely brilliant.
Stellar.
So KL Rahul is an example in front of Jaiswal. And you know what the problem is? After this, he will again play a 2 test series.
Yeah.
West Indies. He played 2 test series against South Africa. He will play 2 test series away in New Zealand. Only when in 27, which is still a year and a half, will he play a 5 test series.
Yeah.
So because it's Australia, England will not even be part of this WTC cycle. Actually talking about this is a rare one that you play 10 test matches in a space.
Yeah.
This is a rare one. So that's a problem I would reckon has, but he has to solve that.
Okay, Suman Awasthi is saying KL Rahul gets out like this, drag on very often, and will it, the first session went for us in England would be KL Rahul doesn't look, not every batter is going to be 100% perfect in their technique or in their shot selection every single time. This is only the third time in the series that KL Rahul has gotten out under the score of 40. So if you think about that stat, I think KL Rahul has been brilliant. Out of how many innings has it been now?
10, 9.
10. If out of 9-10 innings you're failing in 3, I think that's a pretty good average.
And when you say failing,
Not failing.
you've got 600 runs or 500 runs in this series.
So I don't see that as a problem at all. Of course, you're going to get out.
See the dismissal that he's talking about, KL Rahul has, because he plays with soft hands.
Yeah.
This is a different one. It's not as if he edged one like this. I think in Birmingham he got that Chris Woakes delivery chopped on. This is a chop on twice. That one with Ben Stokes, where it hit under the bat, he actually tried to defend and the ball rolled on.
Yeah.
So the nature of the way, you might say he's played on, but this one and Birmingham, the two chop-ons are similar. So yes, you might say that this is a pattern, but overall, if you see the way KL has batted in this series, unbelievable. I think he has an average of 50 plus.
Point ये है कि सबका कुछ ना कुछ weakness होगा. But
नहीं, ये weakness नहीं है.
3 बार वो almost similar तरीके से out हुआ, ठीक है. But again, no one will have 100% track record. मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि KL राहुल गए हैं हर बार बैटिंग करने और हर बार उनका वही एक्सप्लॉइट हुई है वीकनेस. दैट्स नॉट द केस.
ये वीकनेस नहीं है. आप देखो, आप पैटर्न एक एंड गुड ऑब्जर्वेशन, आपने एक पैटर्न निकाला है, बट ये वीकनेस नहीं है कि आप कट मारने जा रहे हो और चॉप ऑन हो रहा है. ये वीकनेस नहीं है. आई मीन, एंड नोइंग राहुल ये भी परफेक्ट कर लेंगे, बिकॉज ही नोज दैट ओके, ही हैज गॉटन आउट अ कपल ऑफ टाइम्स, एंड the intensity of KL Rahul, I'm pretty much sure that he will be able to get it right also.
Raja Raman V, Gargi, please don't talk about cricket, learn the game and then comment. ठीक है. HNK, why no Arshdeep Singh injured? When can the match start and how will they dry up the pitch? Super Soppers are already out. The squares are still covered, but I think we should expect the game starting in next 20 minutes.
About 2 o'clock, I will be surprised if it doesn't. एक बार पूछ लेते हैं अंदर से. त्रिशा से फोन करके पूछो. फोन करके त्रिशा से ये पूछो कि एग्जैक्टली क्या हो रहा है. हैव दे टोल्ड अ टाइम और नॉट, बिकॉज वो प्रेस बॉक्स में भी जाके पूछ सकता है. बट बस यू हैव टू गिव पीपल देयर मनीज वर्थ. दिस इज अ फुल क्राउड. This is a full chock-a-block crowd here at the Oval. There's no reason why there should be a longish delay. I don't think there will be a longish delay. I do believe that there is every reason for the game to start now.
Okay, so we have seems like the cover, they're drying everything up still. So the drying up process is still going on.
No, the question is not that they are drying. Have they removed anything?
No, they have not.
Inspection at 2. Okay, so that's the update. There is an inspection at 2 o'clock is the update that we are getting from inside. So there will be an inspection at 2 and thereafter. So if there is an inspection at 2, I don't reckon it will be that too much of a delay, because by that time they should be able to get it done.
Should we
और थोड़ा सा करें फिर कर inspection time तब करते हैं, उसके बाद चले जाएंगे. Because
what time
आप मुझे ये बताओ.
I have no time. I have no clue what time it is, which is why I'm asking. हाँ, क्या बताऊँ?
शुभमन गिल from
his कुछ बेंच पे चले.
हाँ, चलिए ना. बट बैठेंगे कैसे? वो गीला होगा तो. ठीक है, चलिए देखते हैं. आइए.
Let's see, because my footwear is completely drenched. Because my footwear is drenched.
हाँ, आप उसको खोल लो, वहाँ बैठ जाओ.
So we'll sit a bit far away because we can only find two dry spots here. Clothes will dry, footwear is the problem. Okay.
Yeah, this is perfect actually.
Yeah.
My jeans is soaking wet, but that is not an issue.
Look at this. Can you see?
No, open that. मैं बोल रहा हूँ because
इधर तो नहीं खोलूंगी मैं.
यहाँ तुम्हारा जूता लेके कौन भागेगा? कोई नहीं लेगा. कुछ नहीं होगा, आराम से खोल के बैठो, नहीं तो फालतू का कोल्ड.
No, pick up a cold तो नहीं होगा.
स्टक हो गया क्या ये?
नहीं. Let's see, नील बताओ क्या हो? थोड़ा सा वो अटक गया. लैग हो रहा है. Give it 2 minutes. Reconnect and वाईफाई से तो कनेक्ट नहीं हो गया कहीं? नहीं, it is stuck, it is stuck.
Then तो we have little option but to go back there.
हो गया ठीक,
क्या हो गया?
हो गया, ठीक हो गया.
ठीक हो गया?
Yeah.
तो ये ले लीजिए.
Okay.
क्या है?
Mehul Jani is saying, hi Guardian sir, should we have gone with extra bowler or batter under this condition, or under this overcast condition? Maybe Kuldeep or Arshdeep instead of Karun Nair.
मैंने आपको बहुत बार बोला है मेहुल दैट अर्शदीप इज नॉट फिट. और अगर आप हमारे ब्रॉडकास्ट देखे होते तो मैं ये 50 बार बोल चुका हूँ, अर्शदीप इज नॉट फिट फुली बिकॉज उनका जो वेबिंग वाला इशू था एंड दैट वेबिंग वाला इशू वाजंट सॉर्टेड fully, and that is why had Arshdeep been fully fit, he would have certainly got a debut. He would have certainly got a debut, make no mistake. Coming to Karun, देखिए the choice was between Karun and Shardul. That is the choice. The choice was between Karun and Shardul. Shardul has a good record in this ground. Shardul has a good record, 250 is the last time round, and he could have played as your fourth seamer. Shubman Gill in that press conference said when you play 6 bowlers, 1 or 2 are under-bowled. Number 1. Number 2, if you see Manchester, Shardul was only given 11 overs out of 157 overs. So आपको clearly पता लग रहा है that 157 overs में अगर आप 11 overs दे रहे हो to a bowler, so आपका उन पे ज़्यादा faith तो है ही नहीं. अगर उन पे ज़्यादा faith नहीं है तो आप वो bowling all-rounder से क्यों जाओगे? आप एक out and out batter खिला दोगे जो आपको इस condition में. आज ये सोचिए, ये toss was such a critical toss to lose. अगर आपका 2-3 डाउन है तो वो एक्स्ट्रा बैटर ऑलवेज कम्स ऑफ यूज. करुण नायर 3 पे बैटिंग किया है आपके लिए, इसके बाद करुण नायर आएंगे, आप वो एक्स्ट्रा बैटर को यूज कर लोगे हैविंग लॉस्ट द टॉस. सो इन हाइंडसाइट यू माइट जस्ट से दैट ओके, बिकॉज शुभमन गिल डजंट हैव दैट काइंड ऑफ फेथ इन शार्दुल ठाकुर. ही हैज नॉट डन so well with the ball or has not done well with the ball. 5 overs in Leeds, came into bowl after over number 40 when the ball is soft. Again, why? Because the captain doesn't have that kind of faith. So India preferred to go in with the extra batter, and you can justify that. Moment you think, okay, Arshdeep was available, then no. Moment you think somebody else like was available. India did not have a single fast bowler available after this except Anshul. You wouldn't play Anshul because he's not ready. Jaspreet wasn't, Arshdeep wasn't, so none of these two fellows were available. You had a Prasid, you're playing him. You had an Akash, you're playing him. You had a Siraj, you're playing him. ये देखो, यहाँ पे बहुत पानी है. हाँ, stay there.
Wrong spot. But another reason why I think, because you brought up the point that this was a good toss to lose. What did you say?
No. I said because of the toss, because you lost the toss, that you're playing that extra batter becomes more and more justified. Because आप शार्दुल ठाकुर को ज़्यादा bowling अगर आप नहीं दोगे.
Also I think the pitch, looking at the pitch and what it looks like right now, I think it will ease out in the second innings. And it will be good for India to bat on in the third.
Look, this pitch will quicken up. Let me be very blunt here. This pitch will quicken up on day 2 if there is no further rain, and the prediction is not for any further rain. So the pitch will quicken up. This pitch will have enough for the bowlers at least on days 1 and 2. India is going in with 2 spinners who might just come into play, but
day 3, 4,
5 may, but before that, no. So you will have to use the 2 spinners in a manner to contain. At the same time, Washington Sundar has given you wickets multiple times in this series, right? So this is the bowling attack that won you Edgbaston. These conditions are tailor-made for Akashdeep. These conditions are genuinely good for swing bowling or seam bowling. Mohammad Siraj will also fancy his chances. The fact that India is batting, and one assumes that India will bat out the day and take it to another day, means our bowlers are getting an additional day rest. So after Manchester, your bowlers have bowled 1 innings in Manchester. So 2 days there, 3 days in the interim. The bowlers did come and just comes over, no real practice yesterday. So you've got a break. So you're actually talking about the Indian getting a break of close to 6 days for them to turn around and come full guns blazing in the English, which I think works to India's advantage.
Absolutely. Rahul Paul is saying, tell something. No, he's asking me to say something in Bengali to you.
Oh, to you, to me? Say something. Dana means to What does that mean? Why now? Stuck again. Pooja is saying stuck again.
तुम थोड़ा पहले का तो नहीं देख रहे पूजा?
हाँ नहीं अभी देखो.
Stuck
अभी
हो गया?
stuck हो गया.
हो जाएगा वो. 2 मिनट दे दो यार उसे. थोड़ा let it breathe.
हाँ actually दोबारा वापस आ गया. What's wrong with ठीक हो गया नील बोल रहा है.
What's wrong with what?
What's wrong with Jaiswal's batting?
I think it's a temperament issue.
Temperament issue or stamina issue?
Stamina affects temperament.
अच्छा that way.
हाँ. क्योंकि आप उतना
मुझे एक चीज
नहीं, आपका परफॉर्मेंस सस्टेन नहीं कर पा रहे हो आप लॉन्गर सीरीज.
मुझे एक चीज थोड़ा ऑड लगा and that is ball just came in with the angle and I can understand he got LBW had there been movement. इतना बड़ा gap था between the bat and where the ball hit it. इतना बड़ा. So it's not as if there was movement and he kind of missed it and so much. That kind of seemed a bit odd to me that how did he miss by that big a margin? So that was
इतना movement भी नहीं मिला था उस delivery को off the pitch or something like that. But error in judgment, yeah.
Australia जैसे fast bowlers India क्यों नहीं produce कर पाता? Sean Roy asking you.
ये मैं
चलो मैं आंसर कर देता हूँ.
बताइए.
ऑस्ट्रेलिया जैसे फास्ट बॉलर्स हम क्यों नहीं कर पाते आप पूछ रहे हो ना. 2018 में और 2021 में ऑस्ट्रेलिया ने किसने जीता है? इंडिया ने जीता. तो हमारे फास्ट बॉलर्स उनसे बेहतर थे तभी आपने सीरीज जीता माय फ्रेंड. जसप्रीत बुमराह, मोहम्मद शमी, ईशांत शर्मा and Mohammad Siraj the last time in 2021 were better than the Australian fast bowlers and the same team played. It was the same Pat Cummins, Mitchell Starc, Josh Hazlewood. These guys, the same guys played. And by the way, the last time round, I thought the difference was Scott Boland. Yeah. And in Sydney, had Jasprit Bumrah been fully fit and able to play, I thought we had a chance. For a period, I thought the Indian fast bowling quartet of Bumrah, Siraj, Shami, Ishant actually was stellar. And I'm being very clear that fast bowling crop of Bumrah, Shami, Siraj and the fourth fast bowler in Ishant was tremendous. So it's not as if Australia akela fast bowlers produce karte hai aur humne nahi kiya hai in the last decade. Hats off to you for lovely coverage. Dow my hat to you and your team. Thank you very much. Rakesh Bhushan, appreciate and thank you very much. Patriotic Indian, big fan Boryada, how to meet? We are obviously at the Oval. If you want to meet us, Alex Stewart Gate. That's what it is.
We're right here.
When did you last meet Rohit Sharma? Been a while now. Obviously not in this tour
Sydney
because हाँ उसके बाद कभी मिले थे कि नहीं IPL कोलकाता में नहीं आया. Sydney was the last time. Yeah, that is right. Gargi also has good knowledge of cricket. Otherwise I wouldn't employ her. She wouldn't get the job. It's not for any other reason but for sport. She's an absolute follower of sport and I have now inducted her into Olympic sport. No one who doesn't follow sport and is an avid nut of sport gets a job in Rev Sports. And I'm being absolutely clear. Nothing else works. The only thing that works in Rev Sports is your knowledge, your passion and your commitment to sport.
Someone was asking how did you get so slim and young?
Who?
कोई तो था यहाँ पे अभी. Kumar Piyush is asking what's the reason.
You?
Me?
No chance. Absolutely no chance. Are you not seeing the grey? Are you not seeing the silver?
You got so slim and young.
No boy, you made my day. I'll have a couple of samosas in your honor.
Why don't you, now that your hair is getting grey, why don't you dye it a crazy color?
Not at all.
Rev Sports red color.
Not at all. I love my hair. Absolutely love it. This one. Koi chalega nahi. Will match be played beyond 6:30 p.m.? Yes, there is a provision. There is a provision. We have to see whether it does. And the weather is in the evening. The weather is also nice.
Yeah.
So there is a possibility. Asia Cup go on or India walk over to park like Yuvraj in WCL. Asia Cup will happen. WCL and Asia Cup are chalk and cheese. There is no comparison. Cup is guided by the international. What is an international charter? The international charter guides and dictates the conduct of sports events globally. Certain parameters that suppose Gargi has signed a host city. It is contingent on her to give visa. Suppose, take Donald Trump. Now we know Trump's position on will Mexico play there if they qualify? Yes. If they make it to the round of 8? Yes. America has signed a contract with FIFA because they also because they have signed a host city contract, they will have to play or allow people to come into their country. The Asia Cup is similarly, yes, it is an ACC tournament, not ICC, but it is also guided by the international charter. And because it is guided by the international charter, India is bound by certain regulations. Look, I have tried to explain this a million times. I'll do it one more time. 350, I think maybe the umpires have gone out. Ashish Punna ka ek super chat hai. But let me explain this one more time. अगर आप WCL सोचते हो, this is just an ad hoc tournament, it's being done and or was being done. इसका कोई basis नहीं है. इसमें कोई international norms नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है. Asia Cup, अगर India नहीं खेलता है, this part of Prime Minister Modi's vision is the geopolitics. India wants to be a major geopolitical player globally. So you must understand there is a global ambition that India has. Okay. Now if you don't play Pakistan, the point is Pakistan will never host a CWG or an Olympic Games. They don't have the wherewithal to do it. They have no chance of hosting it. India does. Pakistan will go to the international forum and make this hue and cry that India doesn't play us, India doesn't give visas to our hockey players, India doesn't play us in an international tournament. How is it that India should be given the right to host an Olympic Games? How is it that this is possible? So India's geopolitical ambitions, which Prime Minister Modi champions, that's why he was here in the UK for the trade deal, that's what gets impacted. So it doesn't mean that the government wants to play Pakistan and there is any, no. The government, nobody in India wants to play Pakistan, but there are certain geopolitical compulsions which forces us to take certain steps. Yes.
Okay, Ashish Punna super chat, covers are being removed from the square. Inspection is at 2, so that's your latest update. Ashish Punna, 2 local time. Ashish Punna is saying
10 minute mein. 10 minute mein.
Decent resistance by Sai and Gill so far. I'm glad Sai hasn't lost his wicket yet and hope he goes on to score 100 this innings. And Gargi, you are doing a great job. Thank you. Ignore the comments from shallow mindset people.
Thank you, Ashish.
Thank you very much.
And by the way, there's no question. I mean, the kind of feedback we have got for our coverage from random people, from press people, from journalists, from the fraternity, it has been absolutely overwhelming. And today, a lot of people, again, it's our coverage that is being talked about. And by the way, we do get feedback. So any idiot comes and says something about her, I don't care. And because my standards are pretty high when I seek excellence. And from Shubhayan, Rohit, Trisha, Rohan, the standard of excellence that is sought after in this organization is pretty steep. And I will walk the talk.
A very hard-working bunch.
Absolutely, and I've got to give it to that. I've got to say that it is a hard-working bunch, and not just hard work. People can keep slogging. That's not the idea. It is hard work with optimization of intellect. That's the difference between Rev Sports and someone. And this has been an absolutely crazy tour. The numbers speak for itself. The kind of feedback, the corporate feedback that we have, our sponsors, our investors, people are delighted, and that's what matters.
Yes.
2 baje khatam kar denge.
Dreams never die. They never do. And that's been, that should be the motto of this series actually. Dreams never die. Okay, but
what was the Bond film? That was it, right?
I don't know.
What was the Bond film?
Anyway, Dreams Never Die sent us a super chat.
Good name.
What's your take about the team selection by Gautam Gambhir? I think I'm not complaining.
एक ही तो इशू है,
इस
करुण नायर और शार्दुल ठाकुर।
हाँ, आप क्या करोगे आप?
इससे ज्यादा कोई आप नहीं है। जसप्रीत बुमराह फिजिकली क्लिनिकली फिट है, बट उनका वो वर्कलोड मैनेजमेंट और वो रिस्क है, वो आप नहीं खिलाओगे। आपके पास अर्शदीप सिंह वाला ऑप्शन था ही नहीं, तो आप वो ऑप्शन के बारे में बात ही मत करो, बिकॉज उनका जो वेबिंग है, आप रेव स्पोर्ट्स देखिए ना, हम लोग दे दिया है आप लोगों को सारे खबर।
You asked for the Bond film. I have 4 days. I don't know which one it's actually. Yeah. Saptar Shiraya Chaudhary saying tomorrow never dies. Abhishek another day.
Both है, दोनों है. What is not out?
No time to die. किसने नाम रखे यार?
नहीं, come on. One was Pierce Brosnan, one was which Daniel Craig, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, and Yeah, Daniel
Craig
Craig.
only.
So
Pierce Brosnan को
मैंने ऑस्ट्रेलिया में जब by the way ये मुझे ऑस्ट्रेलिया का याद दिला देता है. I used to work in Australia at that point in time, and तब ना वो ऐसे एक commemorative एक collection निकला था silver. You had the 007 box. मैं जाके वो JB that shop पूरा वो खरीद के लाया था. I used to have my Nando's in the afternoon in my beautiful apartment on Burke Street. Burke and Russell के corner में रहता था, Latrobe में पढ़ाता था और Bond देखता था. That was my life. And by the way, the Ashes were on.
Transient is saying again, Boriada, I understand your point on India's global recognition view, but why do you need to play them in group game? आप
करोगे
एक
क्या?
country
नहीं
के लिए
करोगे
पूरा
क्या?
change करोगे क्या?
आप मुझे समझाओ ना. आप ग्रुप गेम नहीं खेलोगे तो करोगे क्या? तो फिर सेमीफाइनल खेल लोगे. तो ग्रुप गेम नहीं खेलोगे तो इंटरनेशनल ओलंपिक कमेटी आपको क्या कहेगा कि आपने नहीं खेला इनके साथ. आप अगर हॉकी प्लेयर्स को वीजा नहीं दोगे, पाकिस्तान विल नॉट कम एंड प्ले द वर्ल्ड कप, पाकिस्तान विल नॉट कम एंड प्ले द एशिया कप, एंड देन आपको क्या कहेगा कि अरे these guys are not giving us visas, so why should they host an Olympic Games? Why should they host a CWG? Why should they host this? Do you understand the geopolitics? That is the geopolitics, boss. Please understand this. There's a fine line here. There is a fine line. It's easy to castigate the government. It is easy to say, "Arey, what is going on?" None of us want any sport with Pakistan. Make no mistake. But there is a larger geopolitical story in the world. This is a global world, and you must understand that.
Okay. किसी ने मेरा नाम लेके बंगाली में कुछ भेज दिया है. मैं ट्राई करती हूँ. रुको. शान रॉय, गार्गी इंडिया की कोरे टेस्ट बॉलर बाउंस बनाबे जाते
हैं?
बोच BOUNCH बोच. नहीं वेट लेट मी ट्राई फर्स्ट. गार्गी इंडिया की कोरे टेस्ट बॉलर बोच बनाबे जाते ओवरसीज.
बोलो जी.
एक दो फास्ट बॉलर्स बाद कोरले कोनो प्रॉब्लम ना हुई. प्लीज डिटेल्स एक तो बोलो.
बंगाली में इसको सवाल पूछा है. गार्गी इंडिया की कोरे टेस्ट बॉलर पंच बना जाते ओवरसीज একটা দুটো ফাস্ট বোলার বাদ পড়লে কোনো প্রবলেম না. আচ্ছা, সো টেস্ট বোলার্স का एक बंच कैसे बनाओगे so that one or two get injured or whatever, you will still not have a problem overseas. That's the सवाल.
We got completely
that's the सवाल. And
fair enough.
Don't prepare lali kind of wickets.
Yeah.
Which will give us false sense of complacency. Question 1, point 1. Number 2, prepare good decks and encourage your bowlers to bowl well. But brother, why only fast bowlers? Have you produced a quality spinner in recent times? मुझे बताइए तो. आप तो स्पिन खेल ही नहीं पाते हो. आजाज पटेल और मिचेल सैंटनर आके आपको उड़ा दिया. आफ्टर रवि अश्विन, रविंद्र जाडेजा, अक्षर पटेल, कुलदीप यादव. Tell me, Tanush Kotian, yes, I understand. But tell me 2-3 good spinners that you have in your cupboard now. So why will you not produce what was your strength in the past? चलो गाड़ी खत्म करते हैं.
Okay, all right.
Sir, can I get a signed ball from KL Rahul? I'm a huge fan of him. Admire Rev Sports a lot. If you see KL, get one signed. If you can get him a ball.
Okay, I will try.
Boria ji, water has leaked into the pitch, which is not a good sign as far as batting is concerned. आपको कहाँ से पता चला ये? That water has leaked?
नहीं, मतलब हमने तो बोला था कि 1-2 मिनट.
That is when the rain came. They put the covers on in about a minute. After the covers have been removed, is it being said? Because we have been doing the live. England didn't bowl well, lack of consistency. There were balls which landed in correct line and did something. Shoptochi spot on. My only point was the number of such balls were few and far between, which is why India managed to escape that first session. The inspection is in a minute from now, and I'm pretty hungry. She's already had how was the food?
Good.
What was it?
Italian. Today you have a chicken parm. You have in vegetarian vegetable lasagna and tater tots.
Okay, so there's garlic bread and some stuff, right?
Yes, garlic bread.
So and the tossed veggies, something kuch tha kya?
नहीं. Lasagna, tater tots or chicken parm hai. That's all you have.
Fake super chat. What do you mean fake super chat? अगर fake ऑर्डर करता है मेरे भाई, मैं तो नहीं करता हूँ. फेक मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, सब मत बोलो.
कह रहे हैं डिड यू बाय ड्रॉप, तो मन भी नहीं कर रहा वाइन लेने का, कुछ और लेंगे.
Do you think Prasidh will be effective? One hopes so. चलो खत्म.
My footwear I need to dry.
Thank you, friends. Hopefully at tea. Not hopefully, at tea we will be back.
Yeah. Bye.